Welcome to another episode of The Fix. I am your usual host, Advocate Tudo Hoyani. Today, my focus is on the scourge of corruption throughout South Africa. South Africa is a sick country. Let me give you an indication of where I'm going. Over the last 10 years, government has invested a staggering 40 billion rand to try and improve service delivery, but that has come to nothing. That is according to the latest Auditor General's report into the municipalities. The Auditor General, Tsakane Maluleke, must be a very frustrated person. 87% of South African municipalities were unable to return a clean audit. In other words, they are riddled with one form of incapacity or another. But largely the problem is one of corruption. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. In a recent development, the one attorney and an acting director of corporate services in the Ditsobotla municipality are accused of fraud amounting to about 460,000. Now, how did this take place? Allegedly, the attorney submitted invoices for work to the tune of about 460,000, allegedly because the attorney had provided legal services. Only to find that when the Hawks dig deeper into this, they found out that in fact no such legal services were ever rendered. In spite of there being no services rendered, the municipality went ahead and paid the attorney involved the amount of 460,000. It just shows how deep this graft has just gone. So that, it's not a question of South Africa not having the resources. It's a question of the people we have emplaced or entrusted with power. Another interesting development that the Auditor General knows is that we have got simply the wrong people in the wrong jobs. In other words, we have got people in positions where they simply don't know how to execute, the functions of that office, so that service delivery will never improve. There was cadre deployment. You remember the NC has got a cadre deployment policy. Largely through that cadre deployment policy, you find that people are deployed to various positions in local government especially, who just do not have the qualifications. This is perhaps to reward them for being party loyalists and so on. But at the end of the day, service delivery has taken a knock because of these people. They simply cannot do the job. Now, where are we supposed to go from here, or how do we go from here? We need to ensure that, affirmative action on paper, I've always said affirmative action on paper looks good, but its implementation has been pretty dismal. It's not what it was. It is simply just not what it was supposed to be. Now, if through affirmative action and cadre deployment, we are going to put people who simply cannot perform the functions of their job descriptions, it is really pathetic. We need to get competent people in the right places to do the job. 40 billion rand is a lot of money. If we had the right people in the right places, we wouldn't have lost such a lot of money. Graft also, or corruption. Corruption has to be dealt with in this country. It is just eating away at this country. At the rate at which cases are coming before the corruption cases are coming before the courts, it looks like every other second government official is involved in one form of corruption or another. And what has to happen is a concerted effort. We need the necessary political will from the government to uproot corruption. Because with corruption in place and, the incapacity that I've just, alluded to, this country is simply going nowhere. Once again, just to round up, let me again to invite you to click on that subscription button. We need those subscriptions. It is the subscriptions that keep the channel going, and we can come up with more topical episodes and fix things around South Africa. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there is really a lot that needs to be fixed because South Africa is a broken country. Thank you very much.